The voice of truth tells me a different story.
Hi everybody, it's so nice to be with you again. Once again, it's a beautiful day with little drizzle and showers, but today we have a special guest in our midst by Brother Shane Sinclair, all the way from Micoud Castries. Welcome, Brother Shane, to our program today. And for the sake of the audience, can you please introduce yourself to us and tell the audience and tell me who you are?
My name is Shane Sinclair, all the way from Micoud, that's in the east, the southeast of St. Lucia. I am basically a junior technician, soon to be a technician, in the automotive world. I love cars, I love to interact with the people. Yeah. Also, on the other hand, on the spiritual aspect, I am a Christian, and my walk with Christ really started this year. That's where it really started to pick up. That's where it started to full first like an echo. So it was this one night, right? A preacher, Jonathan Shuttleworth, that's his name. He was there for 1 week. So then I said, you know what, I will go, just from school straight down to the south, basically. And then, preaching after preaching, and then it came to a Thursday or Friday when he made an altar call saying, if you're not saved, come on. But I know that I'm saved, yes. But I just came up for a recoming, like a rebuild. For example, I'll put it in technician terms. Like, for example, if you have a car, the engine is not, working properly, you do a rebuild, to get fresh parts, to start over again. Right? So that's basically what I did. And from there, I never knew it would kick off like that. And then it just escalated from there, from April going down to July. And then, I don't know, it's just a transformation. Yeah.
So you have heard it from Brother Shane. And today is Testimony Day. So we are here, both of us are here to share with you our testimonies, whichever one that we have on our heart to share with you, to be an encouragement to each and every one of you listening to us or looking at us. And also the Bible talks about that in Revelation chapter 12 and verse 11, that we overcome by the blood of the Lamb and by the word of our testimonies. So I will start first. There was a point in time in my life where I was very ill. And as children of God, you always get attacked by the enemy. And I was sick in my foot. And week after week, I missed work, and I had to drink a lot of medication to stop that pain. But I just want to thank God so much for healing me throughout that process, because it was a very painful process. And it was also a spiritual attack, and it wasn't a physical attack. And everything happened, and I went to doctors upon doctors, pay how much medical bills. And it just came to a point where I decided to just look up to God in prayer, because He's the author and the finisher of our faith. And whenever we are going through a situation, whatever it is, sickness, financial issues, marriage issues, relationship issues, we just have to come to God and look to God. And in that process, He healed me totally and completely. So I want to encourage you this afternoon that whatever you are going through, look to Christ. He is the only one that can heal you and provide for you. So Brother Shane, I will now open up the floor to Brother Shane to tell you his testimony, whatever the Lord has laid on his heart to share with you and encourage you today.
Okay, so basically, it's like God is so fast. He is so quick. His spirit is just quickening. It's like sometimes, for example, maybe you will study something for how many years, and God will just give you all that knowledge in 2 months, and some people will take 10 years, to one study this and study that, and it was just amazing, by His Spirit. Perhaps it's not by our might, not by our power, but by His Spirit. So many things happen. And in the church, I used to sit in the back And I know it like sometimes I'll feel like as I'm lifting my hands, you know, like I'll feel like chains on my arms and just pulling on. It's like as I lift it up like that, it's like I feel it on pulling down. And sometimes I always have to take breaks during the service and just, you know, relax my arms. But then when I really made that commitment to Christ, right? It was just spirit filled. Like every day I would listen to preaching after preaching, and then I would have notes. I have this book in my bag, just notes, and just taking down so much because God is so vast. There's so much to learn about Him. There's so much in life that God can do for you. And it's like along the way, people just come in, you know, along to help me. And you know, but at the same time, there have been still fight downs and all those kind of things. But yet, still, you know, I still look to the Lord. Sometimes you may even have like, as you see, God will exalt you. Even church people can come up and rise against you, you know, and try to fight you down. But you know, like at the end of it all, it's not really they that are the enemies. It's the devil, because you know the devil can use you in any way, and you not even knowing it's him. He is behind the mask. He is the puppet and just pulling their strings, right? So you never know. You know, that's why, you know, you have to develop your spiritual gifts. You know, you always have to be in the wood. You always have to have, you know, things ringing in your ears to constantly remind you. So it's like a constant reminder, you know, you have to keep it there. The word of God. And sometimes, you know, you may just be listening to it, and you know, you may not really, you know, take it on afterward. But then, like, when you start going for something and you keep on praying, that will constantly remind you, and then you get your victory for just praising the Lord. Yeah. So that's basically my testimony and how God really touched me. But also, He also delivered me through a lot of things that I didn't know of, you know, things that I didn't, you know at that time. Like, if somebody was there to teach me at the time, you know, it's like that would happen. But I thank God for His grace and His mercy. Yes, He can. So that's it.
So Shane, can you tell us, how does it feel to be a young man walking after the things of God?
I would say it's very exciting. It's like there is so much. Like you just cannot contain yourself, because you know, it's like you wonder, you know, where God put in all of that inside of you. It's just so, like, it's so exciting. Like I don't know, like words cannot explain that. It's past the feeling. Like if someone could just see this, oh yeah, like it's just amazing, right? And it's like, for me, if any person that is, you know, like you know, some people, you know, maybe they're in the world for a bunch of years, and then they'll come there, you know, and try to belittle you. But it's like God is so mighty. Like you just have to speak the word and just speak in the right context, and the word of God doesn't need no defense. You see, just speak the word of God, and what God will give you a spirit of boldness, especially. That's one thing we young people lack in this generation. Boldness, you know, to go up and stand out of the crowd, you know, and speak. Yeah. So it's just amazing. There was a time where I was on the bus, right? And I was like my friends were in the last one, I was in the last row together with them, and then, you know, as the two of them was in their headphones and the other one was in their headphones. So I say, I don't have my headphones, right? And I'm just like, I just put my phone on full blast and I start praising and I start dancing. And people didn't have nothing to say. It's just listen. Because like I can sit and blast gospel music anywhere at any time, and I cannot be bothered. I don't get people that saying, oh, next track and all that kind of thing. No. You understand? Because, you know, God giving you that spirit of boldness, you know, that can overcome any attack of the enemy. It's just great. I love it. So God just has His way of doing marvelous things, you know. So I don't want to encourage any young person out there, you know, just seek after God, go with constantly. And for sure, friends, the people you be around, even though you may be a good person, and you are around a bad person, sometimes they do rub off something on your shoulder and maybe you end up saying what they're saying, acting like them.
Yes.
Yeah. So it's also your influences, music, your friends, and just your interest, because you sometimes like what you want out of the interest is not exactly what you're looking for, because the devil will blind you. And all I know is just so much, but it's like God's grace just keeping you composed. Like you have so much composure, and like you will not think of anything that that will bring you down. Doubt. Like sometimes they had a point where I like just to lift up myself I am saying there is no struggle, there is no doubt. Like you, because I say like God's grace is so like far greater than any struggle, anything.
Amen.
It's like doubt is not present, fear is not present, no evil in hell, nothing of that is present around, because it's just the presence of God. In the presence of God there is fullness of joy, there is no lack, there is no evil, nothing. Because when you're in the presence of God, you have life and life more abundantly, and that's it. Nothing, no evil can surround. Because me, I will never listen. I would sit and listen to the person talk, but then whatever that's rubbish, I'll just throw it, floop. Yeah, and that's it. So that's basically, that's just a little piece. There's so much to talk about, but for now, that's it.
So I want to thank you guys so much for tuning in with us today. And if you want to share your testimony with us, you can email us at the truth is here at 767@gmail.com. You could message us on Facebook on our page, The Truth, and you can also continue to look at us and subscribe on YouTube. And just remember that when you share your testimony, you will be an overcomer. If you tell your story, it will encourage somebody. So if you have a story to tell, email us. We'll come and we'll share it with others, so it will bless the hearts of others. And one songwriter says that you will overcome by the blood of the Lamb and the words of your testimonies. Everyone overcome. You will overcome by the blood of the Lamb and the words of your testimonies. Everyone